All right, we're gonna get the show going here. Vic, can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm just
Oh,
now
wait,
getting on. There I
I
am.
have to get my.
Yep, sound good, Kim. Well, hi, everybody. If you're popping in as we get warming up here, just let us know that you're here too by going over to chat and saying hi to Kim and I. And tell us where you're from, just for starters.
Okay, good, good, good. Vic, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound good. Right
Okay,
next to you.
cool. All right.
All right, I'll get the
Oh,
show on.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. Looking good. You
yeah,
guys, I'm so glad that you are coming. The ones who are here today, you're going to be so surprised. We have such a fun thing for you. Ooh, can hardly wait.
so as we're piling in, tell me where you're from. I'm really glad that a couple of the holidays are over. How about some of you? I know some of you are just like me. So I'd rather be here. I want to be entertained today. And I know this is always entertaining and it's really a class. So I always tell everybody, please bring your notebook because you know you won't go back to replay in a minute. Most of us go, oh, I will, and I won't, and they don't. So Charlie, I know you. It's good to have you from Tallahassee. So who else popping in? Let me know where you're from. And we do like to start off with a couple of good questions. This is going to be an interesting one. If some of you feel like, 2023 wasn't all that great for me business wise, and maybe some of you had like a really great breakthrough year, but if you'd like to have kind of a re energized restart in 2024, I think these three steps Kim is going to be revealing might just charm the socks off you. So grab your notebook, tell us where you're from, and I'm going to start with a couple of questions.
Vic,
Uh,
can you see the slides?
I can see the slides.
What
Yeah,
else can you
and I
see? Can you
see,
see anything else?
yes, I can see some stuff from your files, your documents.
Okay, okay. Let me stop share. Yeah, okay, cool. Got it.
All righty. So as you're piling in, oh, Bob Pierce from Kentucky. If anybody's brand new, has never attended one of Kim's live stream classes, let me know that. I'd like to recognize you. Crystal from South Carolina. Good to
Now
have.
can you see it now? Sorry, Vic.
No,
You
it's
can see
okay.
the slide now?
I can see just this. What's the Richard
Okay,
Branson
cool.
method?
That's what we want. All right, good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with three questions. We do like to have engagement, so make sure that your chat is set to everyone. We don't want it on hosts and panelists. If it is, we don't want that. We want you to go click down, find everyone so we can all see what you guys are chatting about. And if we don't get that engagement, I tell you, Kim threatens to hang up sometimes. She doesn't want to get bored. None of us do. So the three questions I have for you. So everybody that's here, I want you to all answer. Don't anybody not answer, or I'm going to come after you. So the first one is, how long have you been in the industry overall? The history. I don't care about how many companies, just how long. So tell that. If it's 20 years, or you just enrolled, or you're not even in anything. The last couple of times, some people go, well, I'm checking it out. I don't even know if I want to be in this industry. So tell that too. Or I was in it 20 years or 10 years and I'm inactive right now, but I'm coming back. I need to come back. My pension didn't cover my retirement. I need some help. So tell how long. I want to see the one that is the longest holding so far is Charlie at 20. I beat you, Charlie, just by a few years. Anybody over 20 years, tell. And I want to see some of the newbies too. So if you've only been a few months, come on in and tell us that. How long? And the second thing that I want to ask is, oh, that's a fair answer. 5 on and off. Yeah, in between. But overall, your history, 5 years. Uh, we've got somebody that's been a few years. It's still not happening. Okay, longest standing so far is 30 years. And I think I would pronounce your name Coach Sarah because I won't try to say your full name, but I know that you're a coach. So Coach Sarah, 30 years. You and I are like right there together. So second question, how many hours a week, if you're doing it actively, are you investing in your time and effort here? So each one of you pop in that answer and I'm going to wait. If it's five hours a week, 10 hours a week, oh, I'm full time. Oh, I'm 60 hours. Put in whatever it is. There's no right or wrong, just so we get a pulse on what's going on with you guys, because some of you have day jobs in that. Full time, meaning I think you mean 40 hours. or it could be above. If it's full-time, usually a lot of times it's even more than that. 4 hours a week, and we're talking weekly, not daily. 4 hours a week. I want this based on week. 10 hours. Who else? I want to get an average here. 20. Too many, Crystal. 30 hours a week. Who knows? I'm not counting, right? So 30 hours or above, 4 hours a week. Okay. Anybody else? Your answer. And then we're coming up on the third question, and we'll get Kim coming in here to help us out. The third question would be this. Given what you're doing right now, let's say that you didn't even increase your hours. Well, let me just say it this way. If some of you could bump it to 10 hours a week minimum, that you can't think you're going to make much without putting 10 hours a week because your focus isn't really that strong. So anyhow, 10 hours a week on average. If you did 10 hours a week or more, given where you are, where would you like to be realistically at the end of 2024? Realistically, given that you're going to do stuff, you're going to be a doer and do something different than you were doing. So pop in there some answers because there's no right or wrong. Tell us where you'd like to be. Some people want an extra $500 a month to pay for their car payment or a college fund for a kid, whatever. Some of you want to be, you're at 6 figures now, you want to be at 7. So whatever it is per month, where would you like to be at the end of next year? Okay, so good. You bumped yours up from 4 hours to 10 to 15 hours a week. Okay, good. So your next question then is, given your investment of time, where would you like to be per month? Charlie, you got the first answer in. Good for you. Brave guy. 5,000, he's telling. So who else? If it's 1,000, put that. 2,000, 4,000, whatever. And once we get those answers in here, then Kim will see where you guys are at, and that'll help her too. 10,000, Coach Sarah, because I know you're full-time, so you can say that. Nancy, 10. How many hours a week, Nancy, are you investing in your business right now? Put your answer in there so we see. And Crystal, at least 5, right? 5 to 10. And we've got 1,000. Okay, good. Because you bumped your hours up a little bit from 4 to 10. So that's good. So with that, we'll see if Kim is ready. Nancy, you just popped in, and 20 to 40 depends on the low end. You're maybe doing 20 hours a week. So let's say 20 hours a week. Okay. And then projecting out 1 year. There you go, 10,000. Okay, good. There she is, ready to roll.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Kim. You look good.
Oh, good. Well, so everybody's looking good. Okay, on the chat. Are you guys all in the chat? Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So I'm delighted that you're here, and that you'll see that the reason is we're going to do something quite a bit different. Whoever here has heard of the Richard Branson method of doing network marketing? Vic, can you confirm that you can hear me all right?
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Super good.
All right. Let's see if we got here. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. And the other thing, I just wanted to be sure that, the industry, the network marketing industry of which I have been a part for 30 years now, it's really for two kinds of people. It's for people who really want a social life. They want to have new friends. They don't like their old friends. They're tired of their family. They want to go to the events. I mean, I've had quite a few people say, I'm doing this because I really want new friends. I want to feel motivated. I want to be around people like that. And so I want to know how many of you are really in the business for that reason, which is fine. And then there are other people who see this and know that this can be a kind of a business. I'm going to show you how the money works here in just a couple of minutes. And they want to make a certain amount of money. And that means that you make money. When you make money, how many of you as kids ever had a lemonade stand? Who here had a lemonade stand? Let me see. Yeah, just do it, right? Yep. Hey, Charlie, good to see you. Who here has ever had a lemonade stand? Anybody?
Well, I did.
Right? Anybody have a lemonade stand? Are you kidding? Nobody had one here? No kidding. Okay, how about did you ever have a paper route as a kid? Did anybody have a paper route? Yoo-hoo. Are you there? You guys awake? Let's see. Paper route? Anybody had a paper route? Say yes or no. Let me make
No.
sure that you're here and that you can hear me,
Oh,
because I'm not sure you even can
Charlie
hear.
had a paper route. Some people mowed lawns, right?
Right? Yeah. And that's kind of how you make money. If you are 10 years old and you look up and down your street and you see a bunch of leaves and you're enterprising and you want your own money, like I did, you go bang on every door with your rake and whoever you got helping you. And you say, hey, you want me to rake your leaves? And if you give me $10, I'll rake your leaves. You made money. How? You offered to do some work for somebody, right? And they said, yeah, take out my garbage. Yeah, clean my leaves. Yeah, shovel my walk. Yeah, deliver my paper, and I will give you money. You sold pies. Perfect. But y'all see how this works? When somebody says, well, how do you make money? Usually, because we don't have a printing press in the basement yet, but if we did, we'd be doing that like the government does. But usually we see a problem that we can help with. Like, I remember once when I was at MIT, one of my professors said, hey, Kim, do you have time tonight to babysit my kid? And it's like, I've never babysat anybody, man. I don't think you want me as a babysitter. And he said, oh, actually, the kid is really interested in, I don't know, tennis or the history of tennis. And we need somebody, and, he would do some wonderful thing back for me. So I thought, okay. And plus he said, it's not $10. I'll give you $100 because we need somebody we can trust and it's urgent and blah, 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 blah. So I made money by saying yes. I helped this professor with something, and I don't even remember what the deal was. I think his wife had an accident. It was some situation. And he gave me $100 for an hour. That was a lot of money. That's like getting $300 today for an hour. And I didn't have to do handstands or get naked or do anything. I didn't, just there it was. So I just want to be sure that if you sold pies, you either got a piece of it. If you made your own pie, you got all the money. Do you all see the difference? So Evelyn says, well, I sold pies. Okay. If you make a pie and you buy all the ingredients, you buy the pecans and whatever you're going to get, and you make it and you sell it for $5, if the ingredients cost you $1 and you spent, say, 2 hours, you have made $4. Tell me that you all understand this. Say yes. Mr. Pierre, Terrence, you guys get this? You need to know how money is made. You don't make it by going to watch a parade or going to an event or going to the hotels. You spend money there. If you make a pie, you do the work, you pay the money for the ingredients without knowing that you're going to sell it for sure, and then you sell it. And you make whatever's left after what they call the cost of goods. Okay, so I just want to be sure that you know how the money works, that you're making money. If you want to do the business to make money, there are certain things you have to do for which you need to be quite disciplined. I hate to break it to you, but you have to be disciplined. You have to do 3 to 5 things per day so that you get good enough to make them to be worthy of someone else giving you money for what you've got. Who wants to be worthy and be so worthy that there's a line out the door waiting to give you money because of what you can do for them? Who type in here? Let's see who's got worthy. Who wants to be worthy of other people giving you money for what you can do for them? You don't need a gun to their head, okay? All right, I'm going to show you the Richard Branson method. All right, so here we go. And this Richard Branson method, we enroll 8 out of 10 people with it. So if we have a pie show, we sell all of our pies usually within an hour, and there's a trick to it, right? Even if they're not the best pies, we do know how to sell them, but they're good. We stick some alcohol in them, All right, how to do that in the record time with the least effort from us. I'm going to show you in just 3 stories. I'm going to tell you 3 short stories how we have done everything so fast and with as little pain as possible. Now, in the beginning, we had massive pain, believe me, massive pain. Okay. Now you're worthy. Good. All right. So here's what we do. And I'll give you the principle first. You want to ask for the person that you seek each time. Okay, it's kind of like going dating. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen these dating programs, but I've heard that for matchmaking and all of those, you're supposed to list who you want. Oh, I want somebody with blue eyes. No, no, I want somebody with brown eyes. I want a girl. I want a boy. I want somebody who's sexy or who's this, that, and the other. You list all these things that you want. And when we look for people to market to, we have to do that same thing because we're looking for matches. It's like going shopping for clothes. You want your right size. You want women, right? You want size 8. You want, say, Nike. You want white. You want running. All these things that we list so that the 3 or 4 that we finally end up with, we can pick one of those. Does that make sense to people? Let me make sure you get this. Are you tuned in? You might need to stand up so you stay awake. You got this, right? Okay, so you want to ask for whom you seek. Because if you sell filet mignon and you're talking to a vegetarian, how many filet mignons are you going to sell? Hello. You got a vegetarian? How many filet mignons are you going to sell? Even if they're the finest prime cuts. Why are they not going to sell? They're not the right size. They're not the right one. And most of you that have suffered in this industry because people say no or people quit, it's because they were not the right fit to begin with. And nobody told you how to ask. Because what do they tell you in the industry? Everyone will want this. It's easy. Anyone can do it. And do they? No. So this is like, that's fine. You're good, Charlie. So I'm going to give you the 2 ad story. When I first got started, before I met Vic in my very first company, it was a water filter company called NSA. It's now Juice Plus. They don't sell water filters anymore, but this was in the late 80s and early 90s. And I had run ads in my real estate business. I was a commercial real estate agent. We had a business in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I had run ads for my real estate agents. So our industry, the network marketing industry, is really in many ways like a network marketing business or like a securities business like Merrill Lynch. Why? Because there's a key person in the office who recruits and hires the other people who are the baby agents, right? Or the people with their new licenses. And we train them and they make sales and that we get a piece of their action. That's the way it works. All of you who've ever done a real estate deal, you understand that, right? You sell a house. If you're an agent, if you're the listing agent, you usually will share with whoever the buyer's agent is. Am I right or not? Everybody get this? So it's not your house, but you're selling the house for maybe $500,000 and say there's 6% commission, which is 500,000, 30 grand, I think. So 15 goes to the house broker and to the listing broker, and 15 goes to the buyer broker if there is one. And then once you're in the house, you split it again between the broker in the house and you, whatever your cut is, 40, 50%. Have we got this? Tell me yes. Tell me yes. Tell me yes. So you're doing things so that other people are willing to give you money. That's really what the deal is. So I wanted to show you what the ad was that I got from my upline because he said, Kim, you're going to love this. You know, you can make a lot of money. I was interested in the water filters. I came to them actually because I have always been a clean water nut. And we had people buying bottled water for us at that time. They would buy 6 of these big jugs at a time, and carry them all up the stairs to my little penthouse unit that I had in the city. And so, I carried water with me all the time. Bottled water. And so I saw this water at a Taekwondo event and this little blue water filter that they had. And I tasted the water. I said, hey, this is really great. Where do you get these? And he says, oh, we get them from, this company, NSA and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, so I want to get one of these and you sell them. He said, yeah. I said, great. I want to sell them too. I think people like this. So I signed up as a rep with this guy. I knew nothing about network marketing, but I knew about real estate, and being an agent, I understood this idea of having agents, and I could be an agent. And I figured, and then he said, okay, so here's your business in a box. And I got the business in a box, and one of the upline said, here are the ads that you can run. And I've been running ads in the city for my real estate agents, for my commercial brokerage business. So I got an ad from him, from Jeff. And here was the ad, which I ran verbatim. Making $10,000 per month. which I was, not in that business, but in my real estate business for sure, making $10,000 per month, need help, no experience necessary, will train, health field. And no, and and then I had I forgot to tell you this, 800, blah, 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 blah. There was 800 number in there. Okay, everybody see that? Watch the ad. Making 10,000 per month, need help, no experience necessary, will train, health field. Okay, that was the ad. About 28 people came in, and about 28 people over the next 4 to 6 weeks bought a $5,000 water filter package because they were coming in, to be wholesalers. We made about $1,200 at that time on each of those $5,000. So you figure it out, 28 times 1,200, and I think we made like 32,000 or something that first 6 or 8 weeks. Then 6 weeks later, 22 of the 28 had quit. Nobody asked for a refund. The weirdest thing, but 22 of 28 had quit. And I asked my upline, hey, I had 28 people and 22 of them are have disappeared. And they wanted me to do a big training for them. And I spent like a week doing it, preparing for it. And then when it was time to have the training, they wanted to know, Kim, you made 32 grand in 6 weeks. We want to make that. What do we have to do? I said, great, I'll make you training. You want to come? Yeah. And like 6 people came or 7. And she says, oh, Kim, most everybody quits in the business. So I thought, well, I want to quit too. This is like a stupid business. Why would you get into a business when everybody quits? That's really a retarded thing. I don't want to be in a business like that. And so she says, well, before you quit, she said, I know it's really kind of a problem. We all have this problem. This lady, by the way, is a wonderful lady. She is still one of the top 5 earners in her company today, in that same company. And she's making millions of dollars per year. Just wonderful creature. But I told her, I want to quit too. So she says, okay, so before you quit, why don't you run an ad like the kind of ad that you run for your real estate people? So I thought, okay, I mean, I sure wouldn't run an ad like that that they had given me, but I thought, well, I don't know anything about network marketing. The guy that gave me the ad was making like at the time 90,000 per month, which 29 years ago, that's a lot of mobile. And I thought, well, all right, give me your ad. I wasn't proud. I'll do whatever it takes, right? And that's what happened. All these people came in, so I made this big burst of money. That seemed like, okay, that's a win. But then they all left. So I ran my real estate ad, and I wanted to show you what the structure of the ad was that I used. So here was a real estate ad. You guys want to see this? Let's see who's awake and alert. Who wants to see the ad? Let me see that you're there. Are we good? All right,
Oh,
here's the
good.
ad. Good. Wanted, top commercial leasing agent. Notice, singular. Notice the identity I'm calling for. Okay. Top commercial leasing agent. The next line of the ad said, must know and love every block of the city. We ran this real estate around the country. Must know and love every block of the, say, Philadelphia Financial District, of the New York City Financial District, of the San Francisco Financial District. Okay. The next line of the ad said, must be comfortable showing national clients around the city. Yeah. Send resume too. That's why we fax it. In fact, we used to have faxes in those days. Remember faxes, Vic? Is anybody old enough here to remember faxes? Here, I'll put that in so you know how old we are. Fax. And if you're too young, I'm envious of you, but not that envious. It was a good time. Fax resume, okay? Okay, now I want you to compare those 2 ads. Are you all awake? You have to tune in now so you don't miss this, okay? I'm going to look to see who catches this. What did the first ad offer? This was the ad. Making 10,000 per month, need help, no experience necessary, will train, health field. And then call 800. Don't forget, I did say that, yeah. Call 800-555-5555, okay? Okay, so with this ad, what's the offer? And who are we asking for? Offer the dream? Hey, Yoshi. Yep. Offer the Momo. Yeah, you got it. Who else? We got the dream. We do training. Yeah. Evelyn's got it. Are we asking for anyone like, okay, so get this one, 10,000 a month, need help, no experience necessary. So we're offering quite a lot, right? I mean, 10,000 a month is even a lot today. How many of you, if I showed you how you could make 10,000 a month by the end of 2024, would feel like, holy cow, that's pretty good? Say me, let me see in the group. Heck yes. And this is 29 years ago. That's like saying today, making 25,000 a month, need help, no experience necessary, we'll train. But the ad actually said 10,000. That's what he said. Okay. So you want to fixate on this. You use your brain now. No thinking about Ukraine. You come right here and stay put. Who did it ask for? Who did it say could come? Who did it say? Who did it say? To make $25,000 a month? Anyone. Now compare that to ad number 2. Top commercial leasing agent. Who is it asking for? One person who self-identifies as a top commercial leasing agent. Notice that. Second, must know and love every block of the city, of the financial district. Does that mean they have to have some experience? Yes or no? What do you think? Let me hear. Let me see. You guys there?
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Have to know something about it. Comfortable showing national clients around the city. So if somebody's too shy to come out of their house, is this somebody who's going to respond to this ad? Comfortable showing representatives from McDonald's, from Metropolitan Life, from any of the major companies in the world. Is this going to take somebody who has some confidence? Yes or no? Yes or no? What do you think? Send resume to. That's what we had. Okay. Yes, confidence and skill set. Now, when you think about, and we changed our ad. I changed my real estate, my ad that I had instead of 10,000 a month, making 10,000 a month, need help, anyone, come one, come all, make 10,000 a month. Since we got a whole bunch of quitters, we changed the ad to, we had, I'm trying to think what it was anymore, but the ad was basically saying key person wanted. All right. And then we had the next thing, someone who has owned their own business before, someone who enjoys public speaking, and someone who enjoys recruiting and training our sales force. And then I had send resume. So we suddenly looked for people who had a skill set, and we got fewer people to come. But we did our interviews at the university, at conference rooms at the university, in every city where we operated. We just get the conference room in the university, and people would come, and we'd have anywhere from 6 to 15 people, and always enroll, usually half of them. And one of the people in that room would be the one who says, I want to be the one to lead the team. And we would then choose who would lead the team, and everybody else would be part of that group, so that we would have teams and groups of people coming all at the same time. And the people who were the team leaders were the ones who said, I will take responsibility. If somebody has a problem with their order, I'm willing to call the company on their behalf, so they don't have to do it. So we found our leaders by who was willing to do the crappy work that it takes, who will stay at the end and sweep the floor, who will call the company to complain about the orders not coming. When I first did it, I decided I would be that person. And as soon as I could, I got another leader, so they would be that person. And whoever stepped up, they were the leaders. I've had same people with me for Vic. The minute we met, one company later, we've been working together for 20 years. I've had like my same hair person for, I don't know, almost 30 years. except they're not in Florida now, but you know, we keep people for a long, long time. We have relationships for a long, long time. So think about who you're asking for when you recruit for your business or your product, and who would like some help to know the words to say to get the right people. Let me see who say me. Let me hear. Okay. Do you want anyone? You want just anyone? Or do you want someone who? Someone who this, that, this, that, this, that. And just think about your football teams. Do you really think they ask for anybody to come? They want people who already play football and who already love football and have been dreaming about being on the national NFL or whatever you call it since they were 5 years old. Why can't we ask for those people? A specific person. Exactly right. Okay. So that's how and we've used that structure of asking for the person that we think is likely to succeed, either as a business type person who's going to market stuff, or somebody who's likely to be a product user and it already fits who they are, right? Like some of you are into alternative health, are you? You don't want to do drugs. So you want to find ways to get rid of aches and pains, for example, without drugs. So that's your value set. So hopefully you market something that's not drug related, because that would be how you market, right? Highly driven, motivated people, really. And there's a way to ask for them without using those words. Yeah, I'll show you how to do that. Because when you run an ad or you run a post, which is really like an ad that you don't pay for, and you say you want highly motivated people, the whole world wants those people. So you want people that have done certain things so that they come to you. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to show you. Yes, I just said that. Okay, what do we have to do to make money in this business? Okay, so my talk here and these stories are for people who first want to make money, because you have to be disciplined about what you do every day. It doesn't take 10 hours a day. Some people do 10 hours a day, but in order to make like $4,000 or $5,000 a month, every single month, you have to commit to probably 10 hours minimum per week doing very certain things. How many people would commit to 10 hours a week focused? No Facebook, no Netflix, none of that stuff. No drinking. You have to stay sober. No sugar highs, all of that. Just focus, calm on activities that I would give you for 10 hours a week. You have to commit, because it's not to me, it's to you. How are you going to do anything if every night you need 4 glasses of wine? You're going to be fat as a barn, and you're going to look red, and it's going to show, and it's all sugar, which is poison for you over time. And they like to do it, but I'm telling you, get back to your basic self. It's a very good self. You don't need all that other stuff to be your best. The less of it you do, and it'll be hard in the beginning. Believe me, I gave up alcohol, how many years ago? And I used to love wine, used to love all kinds of, ask Vic, we'd go out and, with 4 of us, we'd surely polish off a good bottle of something. Well, not the hard stuff, but wine. And you get used to it. And then when you realize, oh, and then you stop. Because this income is going to be for you to do with what you want, to be free from the government support, free from your mother-in-law, free from your sister, free from anyone, free from a job that you don't like. So you have to be your best self. And that's not going to be a sugar high, alcohol high, watching movies all day long. Those are not the selves that make it. Are you committed? Oh, we got some of you committed. Good. Because you're committing to you. You only go around once, as far as we know. Okay, so what have they told you? So we're saying what do you have to do to make money in this business? What's one thing, everybody that's here, what have they told you you need to do to make money? Let me see one thing. Put one thing in the chat. Talk to people. Sell. Okay. Those are good. That's what people are saying. It's not worth much, but talk to everybody, right? Yeah. Action. Oh God, that's really great. Yeah, great.
Get up your family.
Yeah, and Sarah Sassity, would you change your setting to everyone in the group there? Oh yeah, copy what they are doing. Invite people. Yeah, to what? Right, hit up family. Here. Consistency, right. Okay, I'm going to give you something really specific to do. And it's the only thing you ever need to do to make money, ever. And it's in 2 words. 2 words. So far, all the things that they've told you here, none of it will make you money. Let's take three-way calls. That's a good one. We like three-way calls once in a while. If you do 5 three-way calls, Miss C, how much money will you have made? Or anybody else? If you do 5 three-way calls, how much money did you make? What do we got, Vic? None.
Nada.
Yeah. Why? Let's do another one. Say you duplicate. So we're all duplicating. How much money did you make? What does it even mean to duplicate? Nothing. How about talking to people? Oh, let's talk to 50 people today. How much money did you make? How much money did you make? Talking to people, does it make you money? I see all zeros here. Being consistent, I see all zeros. What if you're doing the wrong thing? Talking to the wrong people, asking for the wrong people, right? So all this stuff, and we don't think about it because you assume your upline knows or somebody knows. And you do these things and you make nothing. And what do? It must be me. No, they're telling you things that are not useful. I'm going to give you what you're going to do instead. You're going to do 2 words. Bring in buyers. These extra buyers are for effect. If you want to make money, you got to bring in buyers. Buyers. If you bring in 1 buyer for your product or your business, will you make some money? Yes or no? In typical situation. Yes or no? If you bring in a buyer, will you make money? Yes or no? If you don't, you better look at your pay plan. Now, sometimes you have like a binary or you have a breakaway and you won't make money, but you get volume piling up so that when the next thing cycles, you do make some money. But generally speaking, if you find a buyer for something, you will make some money, yes or no? We got it, yes or no?
Yes, 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 yes.
So when somebody says to you in the future, whether you take a class with us or you come into the buyer factory, which we have a special extension of for the end of the year by popular request, you can have product buyers and you can have reps buyers, people who are reps, like that's people who buy. Okay, make sure that you know that they're still buyers. Because sometimes we forget, we think, oh, these reps are these different people. No, they're not. In every company I've ever been in, I was a wholesale buyer. I buy a whole lot of it wholesale. And if I don't decide to market anything ever, I'll just keep it for myself for 5 years. I bought a whole bunch of water filters and I figured I'll give them away as Christmas gifts if I can't sell them. Or I'll use it or I'll give it to my family. But I always like to buy wholesale, like to buy a lot of stuff wholesale because, like that. And I would be a rep. So what do you do to make money? You got to bring in buyers. That's number 1. Remember that. Bring in a buyer. And all this other crap they tell you, talk to people, do 3 ways, be blah, 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 are all ways to do that. But the bottom line is there are many ways to bring in buyers. And sometimes it's as simple as saying, hey, I got this thing. I know you've got aches and pains all the time. If you could do it without drugs, would you want to test this? Yeah. Okay, sign here. And it's over. Did you have to duplicate? Did you have to do any of the stuff that you just mentioned? No. Why? Because you know who you're going for. And if you can be specific and put that word out so people pass the word, oh, Evelyn, she does blah, blah. And, Leslie, he does for people. That gets you a specialization and a reputation that you help these kind of people. And that's what business is, okay? Product buyers and people who buy a whole bunch because they're going to market it and bring in more buyers, okay? So here's how the money works. If you're in a network marketing company or an affiliate marketing company, or the affiliate marketing doesn't have to be a company. You might be an affiliate. You'll see at the end, we have an ambassador option for some of you guys, but you don't have your own product. So network marketing companies have the product made or they make it themselves sometimes, not too often, but they'll outsource. And then they find a network of distributors who are supposed to market and sell. So you find the buyers. Without you, your company would be a nothing. So you find the buyers, they bring the money. So let's say I tell Vic, I got this thing. Here's how it works and let's test it. And so she says, okay, where do I order? So I give her the order page or I take her to the order page and she fills in the order page, gets what she wants. And when she hits submit, that money goes to the company. Right? So she hits submit and I don't directly get that money. It goes to the company. Y'all tell me you're with me. Say, yes, you got it. It goes to your company. And then they look and go, oh, look, Kim brought in this great person. Hoo-ha, Vicky. Oh my God, we love to have, look at that. And Kim's going to get, 30% of that first order. So say Vicky buys $1,500 and they go, oh, Kim, I'm so grateful that you did that. You get a one-time bonus of say, I don't know, $500. So I got a part of that money. What did I have to do? Bring in buyers, bring in buyers, bring in a buyer. Show her the thing. She goes, oh, me. Take her to the order page. She fills it out herself while I guide her through it. And she sends her credit card, her money. It goes to your company. And then they give you a piece of it back. If it's a one-time deal, it might be a few $100 extra, like maybe 20, 30%. And if it's every month that she orders, they give me between 3 and 5% of whatever she orders and everybody else I bring in and their people that they bring in. Usually 2 to 5%. See how that works? Tell me, yes, you got it. Because once you understand the money, you won't cry when you don't make any because you didn't bring any buyers. Yeah, you talked to people, but you didn't bring in buyers. Yeah, you duplicated, but you didn't bring in buyers. Yeah, you did 3 ways, but you didn't bring in buyers. Without buyers, nothing else that you do matters. We got this? Get this in your brain. They're called customers. We like to call them buyers. Okay. Then you're cut 5 to 50%, depending on if it's a one-time fast start offer or if it's regular monthly. Okay. And then some of you have your own problem. Maybe you wrote a book or you have a coaching program or you're a math tutor. And so you help the kids that are slow in math in your neighborhood or at your school. So you have a little math tutoring program. And when you finish tutoring the kids and they pass the test, the mom gives you money. It goes to your little company. You see how that works? This is how the money works. Tell me we got this because we're almost done now. We have this. We got the money. We have it. Got it. Okay, good. That's our business model. These are called business models of network or affiliate marketing. These are also called, by the way, a business in a box. So when somebody says, oh, you want to do a business in a box versus a coaching program where you learn to become a life coach or whatever, that's not a business in a box. That's a coaching program. But a business like a network marketing business or affiliate marketing, where they have the product and the materials usually, and they suggest ways that you can reach out to people, those are called businesses in a box. How many of you, when you did your most recent network marketing company, got stuff in a box where they said, here's all the stuff, here are the little brochures, and here's all that stuff? Does anybody still do that, or are we just so ancient that we're the only ones? Anybody else? Yeah, they give you a little brochure. So the point is you find the buyers for their products. The way you make money, got to find buyers. Buyers. BYUYERS. Type in the thing, buyers. You must understand this if you get nothing out of this class today. Buyers, get buyers. And the way to do that is to market buyers, to get them. Have you all learned, by the way, that most people are not going to buy that you talk to? Who has learned that most people are not going to buy? Many people would buy, but you don't know how to call their name. I'm going to show you that right now. Yeah, exactly. How do you bring them in? Okay, here's the trick. If you want to know the bottom line, what is marketing? It's learning how to say words, or you could do audio or video. It's learning how to say those words so that the person who is the one hears their name being called. You call them by name. Exactly. It's not unlike religion. there was a movie many, many years ago that Whoopi Goldberg was in when she was really focused on acting, and she was so funny. She became a nun. She had to run away because she had done some small time crime, and she had to run away. And one of the other sisters said to her, so, how did you come to become a nun? And of course, Whoopi Goldberg was like 25 years ago. She was running away and put on a habit so the police wouldn't recognize her. And Whoopi Goldberg had been in a session the day before when she came in to be a nun, and the big mother there had said, okay, they were introducing each other, and one of the other new nuns had said, oh, when she said, how'd you get here? The other nun said, oh, I heard the call. I heard the call. So when Whoopi Goldberg a few days later was asked, how did you come to be a nun? And she goes, oh, I heard the call. I heard the call. And I'm here to tell you, when you get that good at marketing, this is what we mean by calling their name. You call them in such a way that they know it's them. And it's their value set, their experience set. It's like top leasing agent in Philadelphia, top commercial leasing agent. Who's going to come? You think somebody who's brand new is going to come? Do you think somebody who is in the home business, residential, is going to come? Do you think it's who they are? It's their skill set, their experience, and their values, and their identity. Do you see that? I want the top producer. When I saw ads for presidents of companies years ago, those are the only ones I'd look at. Why? I see myself as a president or something. Now I know better. Don't be president because you're just going to do all the crap work. You're going to be brewing up the place, right? But you call them by their values and their identities. Okay. And the why can be part of it, but it's more important to get their identity. Top producer wanted, key man wanted, key person. Who is that? Whoever responds thinks they've got something on the ball. Do y'all see that? Tell me yes. And the key is the name can be somebody's values. It can be somebody's problems, the problems and the way they want to solve those problems. Now, is that pretty different than anyone will want this? What do you think? What do you think? Pretty different? Yeah. So here's the business principle the golden rule. If you want to make big money, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 a month, and you don't want to spend 20 years doing it, because there are some people in your companies, I know, that have been there 90 days and they go, oh, across the stage, I'm making 20,000 a month, 30,000 a month. And you go, well, God, he used to be a garbage collector. If he can do it, I can do it. It's true. But give yourself that 30 years that they forgot to tell you that they've been doing the business for 30 years and 8 businesses before they finally made it. And now in 90 days, they made $30,000. There's nobody who makes $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 who walks across the stage that just got started 90 days ago. And if you realize that, then you will realize that it's like playing tennis at your local court and you think you're pretty good and you get 6-love, 6-love. You didn't even get one game. You didn't even win a point. And you go home and you think, oh my God, I suck. Must be I'm getting too old. And before you sit down and, think I don't drink, so what am I going to do? You find out that the person was a Wimbledon champion just 5 years ago and retired. How do you feel now about your loss? Do you still think that you're a complete wussbag? Yes or no? Let me see. Are you still a complete loser? Why? Because the person that trounced you had 20 years of playing 6 hours a day, and you've played for what, 20 years for maybe an hour a month. You see that? That's what you need to know. It's all they've got tire. They've done their thing. So here's the golden rule. A business exists to solve problems that people will pay for. Why don't you make a note of this so you've got it, okay? Or take a screenshot if you want. Yeah, really. Okay, a business exists. How many people say yes? Tell me yes in the group that you agree. Who agrees? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean? The person, people, remember a business, you have a business. Do you have a business? Yes or no with your network marketing company? Do you have one or not? You trying to make money, helping other people, and they give you money, that means you have a business, right? A business. Yeah. A business means that you solve problems that people will pay you for. You might have a leaf raking business, like I did as a kid. I just went down the street and said, hey, you want your leaves done? Yes or no? That was the business. I'll do this for you. You got a problem? You don't want to rake the leaves. I know that. I don't either, but I'll do it for $20. Right? What is a hairdresser? Well, she likes doing hair. She thinks you're really good at it. She can make you look really good. And what's the problem? Well, my hair is really crappy. I have a terrible hair day. I totally hate it. And so, okay, so I'm going to be really good at fixing people who have bad hair days. So what's the problem I solve? Your bad hair. I make you look gorgeous, and you pay me $200 for the haircut or $300 or whatever they cost nowadays. You see that? Yeah. Now I got you. Does that make sense? Everybody see that, how that works? So people might have a health problem, or they might have a money problem, or they might have a relationship problem, right? Or they might have a need to escape, so they buy Netflix. Okay, so what's the fix? Usually we buy something to help make the problem go away. Even if you say, well, I do meditation. Well, you learned it somewhere. You either bought a book or you went to a class. See how that works? Yeah. Evelyn might be a good one, Vic, for our for the buyer factory at the end. So let's save her a spot, because I assuming that she's gonna want to be this in on this. Evelyn, we're talking about you. I hope you know this. Okay, then you're a buyer. You are a buyer for something that you want to have fixed. So, do you see how that works? Okay. And that's who you'll be looking for. Okay. You want buyers, and who's going to buy your product or buy your business into your business? They buy to solve their problem. Their problem. Yeah. It's their problem. Yeah, Terrence, why is this that I mean, a lot of people talk about what's the why, but it's the problem that they have that you want to solve. Do you know what I mean? Do you see the difference? Because the why matters, but the problem is what they're looking to solve. Like, say somebody says, oh, I twisted my elbow playing tennis and I have to go see an elbow doctor. The problem is they want the elbow ache to go away, or they want to have it reset. Do you see that? That's why they're going to the doctor. The why is a function of the problem. I just want you to be sure that you see the distinction there. Does that make sense, Mr. Vema? Yeah. Because the why might be, really different. Like, for example, you might say, well, the reason I'm interested in cancer research is because, say, my brother died of cancer. That's a very different kind of thing. We're very focused on solving a specific problem. And that usually makes things happen for people. Do you see that? Yeah, you're right. And so why you want to keep playing? Exactly. You want to keep playing tennis. That's exactly right. You want to keep playing tennis, so you have to make the ache go away. So the problem is, make the ache go away. Why? So I can keep playing tennis. So you see where you just stick that one little problem inside that path of the why. You see that? Now we're just adding something in, adding a little texture to what you got there. Yeah, exactly. So how to find buyers. All right, so here's what we're doing. Buyers are looking to solve their problem all the time. As a human being, we are always thinking about ourselves, our problem. We need to eat. We're hungry. Where's my sweet? And I want to go outside. I have an ache and a pain. I think I'm going to lose my partner, whatever it is. They're constantly sort of scanning for the problem. And your business solves a problem. So what you want to do is position your product or your business, whether it's on Facebook or whether you're talking to somebody, so that it's clear that it solves a specific problem. Not any problem, but a specific problem. Okay. Remember, a business exists to solve problems people will pay for. Take Apple and the phone. They do not fix toilets. They do not sell microphones. The Apple phone solves this one problem, which is to have something in the size of your hand that's basically a computer and you can take with you anywhere and get the news and find out what's going on anywhere. That's the problem this solves. Being connected all the time. You see how that works? So you're not solving every problem everybody has. Now, here's how to tell what problem can make you $4,000 or $10,000 per month. You want to know the answer? Who wants to know? How do you know which problem is going to make you the most money? Good. Yeah, yeah. What did your product or business so far? What did it change for you? And just get some stuff in there. And do you say before I was really fat, and now I'm not so fat anymore. Before I walked with a limp, and now I don't walk with a limp anymore. Before I had skin trouble, and now I don't have skin trouble anymore. What are some of your problems? What did it help you with? What's a problem that your product or your family of products has changed for you from good to better? I mean, from bad to good. Okay, does anybody here have, what did it change for you? So, say take Bob Peer. What did it change for you? What happened after you took your product? What was your own experience? If you were to say, oh, let me tell you what happened to me, what would you say? Same thing for you, Terrence. Let me tell you what happened to me. What would you say for that? Pain reduced. Good. Yeah, you want to be more specific than I felt better. You want to be specific. Like, how did you feel better? Yeah, you want to be specific. Okay. Does anybody have anything specific? Pain reduced. Okay. So what did you have a sore elbow? Did you have a sore knee? Did you have a sore butt? Sore feet? Okay. Yeah, you're getting it. You want to talk about what's happened for you. I'm going to give you some examples. So let's say that you have a product and you say, well, before I took this product, I had trouble waking up in the morning. I just always slept through the alarm, and I was always tired, even though I went to bed at a good time. And so I started taking this product, and because I didn't want to do drugs. And on the third day, I woke up before the alarm. And on the fourth day, I woke up before the alarm. And it's been, 4 months now, and I don't even need my alarm clock anymore. So that's what happened to me. Can you all see how that story might recall somebody's name who has trouble getting up in the morning? Tell me if you say yes or no. Tell me yes or no. Do you see how that might be such a story? Would you like to be able to tell your story in that way? Who would like to learn how to tell their story like that? Because then think about this. I could put on Facebook, if you have trouble sleeping through the alarm, like I did for 3 years, watch this. Who would respond? Anybody who's had trouble sleeping through the alarm for years, like I did. Do you see that? So you want to learn? Good. I'm going to show you how to do that. Show you how to tell stories about what happened to you, because people love stories, right? Do you think there might be other people who sleep through the alarm problem, right? And whatever problem. So that's who we're looking for, because that's who's going to buy that product. Why? Because they'll buy to get rid of the same problem that I got rid of. Do you see how that works? Okay, did you know this? Now, how do you know who's got that problem? You ask. You ask. You want to know how to ask? Who wants to know how to ask? You ask. Okay. Let's say that you want to call your sister or your mother-in-law. You're calling people whose name you know, right? And they say, oh, how are you? What are you doing this Christmas? And, what's new with you? And you might say, well, I have this business, and we're actually looking to help people who have trouble sleeping through the alarm every day, like I used to, because I don't have that problem anymore. So do you know anyone who might like to know about something like that? Some ways so they don't sleep through the alarm anymore without having to take sleeping pills? Let me know. That's what we're doing. What are you up to? What have you done? You ask, hey, I have this business and we are looking to help people who are looking to get back in shape. We're looking to help people who always sleep through the alarm. We're looking to help people who really don't like their job and they want to find something else to do, but they don't want to create their own product. You know, they want to do something on their own. That's what we're doing. What are you doing? What have you done? Do you see? You've dropped the information. And if somebody feels the call, if they hear it, it's not because how good you were. They will go, you know, I'd like to know what that is. You see how that works? Tell me, yes, you got it. You see how that works? You want to learn how to do that? You can ask one-on-one. Now, here's how you can make way more money. If you want to make 10 times more than say 1,000 a month or 2,000 a month, let's say we assume, we give you statistics that's going to make you cry. Out of 50 people, there might be one who's going to buy who hears that call. It has nothing to do, yes, you can persuade people, but in the end, they'll just get a refund, okay? Let's assume that 1 in 50 kind of coldish market is going to buy what you have. 1 in 50. Do you dare type it in the group? Type it in the group. Let me see. 1 in 50 might buy. Say yes. You got to know the reality. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. Except for your mom and, you know, 3 other people. It's got to be 1 in 50, especially if you don't know how to call their name. You're totally screwed then. 1 in 50. Good. Very good. Hey, Sue Good. Ooh, we might have something for you. Okay, so 1 in 50. Now, here's what we can do. You can call all 50. You get your list and you call one after the other. Let's say it takes you, I don't know, 30 minutes for each one. 50 people would be 50 hours divided by 30. So it would be 25 hours. It would take you 25 hours of calling to get the one yes. 1 in 50, 30 minutes per call without counting time to pee and eat and do all that stuff. You got it? 25 hours, 50 calls, 30 minutes per call, let's say. People on your list. Now, what if I could show you how to do this? You could do one-on-one. That's what they teach you to do in the industry. You don't want to do that. How about one-to-many? Let's say that we show you how to do a Zoom, a webinar like this. You make a little presentation. Of course, you're going to be so scared you're going to pee your pants. You think I wasn't when I first started years ago? Everybody is scared. Everybody. It's called one-to-many. And let's say that you get 10 people on your call or 20. Let's say you just get 10 and you do 5 webinars. You might do 1 webinar and you say, oh, I kind of screwed that up. Nobody bought. Then you do a second webinar of 10 people and it's pretty good. And you record that one. And then you do a third one and you play the recording. And a fourth one and you play the recording. And a fifth one and you play the recording. Do you see? And you might get 1 buyer out of 50, but you have spent an hour on your first Zoom webinar to learn how to make it and an hour on the next one. And after that, you're giving them the recording. Who sees how you can leverage and maybe get to the point where you're doing 50 people per hour who see what you have and you get your 1 or 2 buyers? Who gets it? You see, this is what they don't teach. You got to be smart. Make sense? All right. See, because you're only talking to interested people. We're not going to say, guess what? I got this great thing. We're looking for people who, let me give you an example who you're looking for. Okay. The Branson method. I'm going to teach you this, right? I promise you this, and I promise you the script at the end here, because this is our last example. This is my third story, the Branson method. I don't know how many of you know this, but Richard Branson has been an entrepreneur since, I don't know, teenager. But when he was in his, I think, early 30s or so, he was stuck at the Puerto Rico airport. He tells this story, how he started his Virgin Airlines. And I'm going to read it to you because I think you'll see exactly how the Branson method is what we're going to show you here, how to implement. So you can follow the business model that he followed, because it's exactly the same as what we're going to show you here. Here it is. Solve a problem people are willing to pay for. Remember he said that? So he says, here's the Virgin Airlines stories. It was a frustrating night at the Puerto Rico airport. I'm right here. See that? I was supposed to catch a flight to the British Virgin Islands, but due to mechanical troubles, the flight was canceled. I was incredibly intent on getting to my destination, as I had plans that I could not afford to postpone. It was at this moment of frustration that I had a light bulb moment. I thought to myself, why not charter my own plane? It was a crazy idea, but it seemed like the only viable solution at the time. So I went to the back of the airport. I found a chartered plane that was available and negotiated a deal with a pilot to take me and a bunch of other stranded passengers to the British Virgin Islands for a reasonable fee. That's what happened. With a plan in place, I walked back into the airport, stood on a chair, and looked over from the payphone area to all the other stranded passengers. I announced, "Excuse me, ladies and gents, I have chartered a plane to take us to the British Virgin Islands. The cost will be $39 per person." Remember, this is like 25, 30 years ago. "If you're interested, please come over and let me know." To my delight, a bunch of passengers came over and we quickly filled up the seats on the chartered plane. I collected the money and we all boarded the plane, relieved to be finally on our way to our destination. As we took off, I couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. Not only had I solved my own problem, but I had also helped a bunch of other people who were in the same situation. It was at this moment that the idea for Virgin Airlines was born. I thought to myself, if I can charter a plane and solve a problem for myself and a bunch of other stranded passengers, why not start my own airline and solve problems for passengers all over the world? And that is exactly what I did. When I got back to England, I started working on creating my own airline, Virgin Atlantic. It wasn't easy, and there were many challenges along the way, but solving my own problem at the Puerto Rico airport gave me the confidence and determination to make it happen. Do y'all see this? He solved his own problem first. Then he got exactly, Terrence, he got the confidence to know I can solve the problem for other people too. Why? Because they all were sitting right there stuck. And he was the one that thought about chartering a plane big enough for all of them. And everybody bought tickets. So what are the 3 steps to the Branson method? Write them down. Here they are. Step 1, solve a problem of your own. In his case, he was stranded at the airport. In the example I gave you, I found a way not to sleep through the alarm anymore after doing that for 3 years without drugs. Okay, you have to be able to tell your own story. Next, find people with the same problem. In the Branson's case, stranded passengers on the same flight. And then step 3, offer them a solution at a certain price, $39 a seat on his charter plane. Everybody see that? Say, yes, you got it. I got it, I got it, I got it. Who's got it? Okay. This is it. This is the Branson strategy. Solve your own. Find people with the same problem. Ask for them. In his case, they were all right there with him. Right? Offer them a solution at a certain price. Now, notice, there are people, this is what the Buyer Factory is going to show you how to do this, but the people we're talking about, remember, like the Whoopi Goldberg thing from way back when? I heard the call. She was already had her ear fixed. It's like if you're a mom and you've had little kids, if you go to the playground and call Henry or, whoever you've got, the children will be attuned to your ear. And they hear, oh, that's mom. Not so-and-so's mom, that's my mom. Because they're attuned to you. They're already seeking a fix for what you have. You have any idea how many people want to get off alcohol? There are ways to do it. And that's a very big business. Thank God it's a big business. People want to get off drugs. There are businesses for that. People don't want to have aches and pains. People want to have their own money. They don't want to be working for the man, so to speak. These are big problems. And all of our businesses, in one way or the other, help solve those problems. You just don't know how to put the words out because all they do is tell you to talk to people. Well, what are you going to say? Right? So you're looking for people who, before you ever came along, want to know about this. Because until now, none of you who haven't been here before know what I'm going to offer you at the end. For just some of you, too. Not even, there's not room for everybody. But you have the problem. I want to learn how to make money in this business. People are doing it. I want to learn how to do it. And by end of 2024, I want to make $2,000 to $4,000 more per month with my business, with happy customers paying every single month and a few reps than I am right now. How many people want that? How many people want that? Richard Branson did that night in Puerto Rico. All business exists to solve a problem that certain people will pay for. And that's why you have high ticket programs, 10, 20, 30,000, and you have lower ticket, you have the Walmart stuff. It all depends what you want to do, what you want to do. And they were all stuck and unhappy. And here comes Branson with a way out. Okay. And by the way, did they want to make friends with him first? Did they feel like they need to have a relationship with him before they handed him his money? Yes or no? Yes or no? Did they all feel like they needed to know his background and who he was? Did they have lunch with him first? Can we talk about your children and your hemorrhoids and blah, blah, blah? Or did they say, here's the money, get me a damn seat. Here's the money, here's the money, here's the money, here's the money. Take my money. Is that what they said? Yes or no? Take my money. Take my money. Please shut up and take my money. If you do this right, this is the position you'll be in. But you have to learn to do it. And that's the example. There's one of thousands of them. Okay. Oh, by the way, did they go, oh, let's find out first, what is the science of this? What's in that CBD oil? Oh, and what is it made of? And what kind of motor? And what kind of seats does it have? Did anybody do that before they got on? Yes or no? They want the fix. Give me the fix. Who cares? Nobody asked for a science lesson. Okay. They all had a problem. He came up with a solution and they all bought. And that's what you want. That's what you want. This is what I'm going to show you how to do. Isn't that what we want? I mean, I don't know about you, but that's for me, for sure. We want that. And network marketers, which is all of us and all of you, one of the big issues is you don't know how to get buyers once you've gone through your friends. And there's a reason. Is they don't teach it. I don't know why they don't teach it. They teach you rush and sell right away. Oh, you got to have this. You're going to love this. No. You have to, there has to be a problem that you know how to solve because you did it for yourself. You learn how to call that out, put that out there. That's your kind of bait for a specific kind of fish that you're going to catch. That's it. That's what you got to learn to do. And even with friends, you don't have to lose a single friend. We're going to show you a warm market way to make contact with your friends. And you will not lose one. Nobody will ever hang up on you. Guaranteed. Oy vey. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we want to do here. So we have a program called the Buyer Factory. And the reason we have it is because there are so many people in the industry who have said, I want to learn to make money. I love my product. I know it works for people. The paid plan is good, but I don't know how to reach the people who already want what I have. Because it's really not about the science or the company. It's about values. Marketing is about values. Okay. And it's not about the technology. It's about values. They wanted to have a right. And so before I show you our program, if you'd like to see it, let me show you a couple of examples of how to throw your bait out. Would you like to see a couple of examples before I show you how we can help you with this? Let me see. And I'll do it. Otherwise, we'll just show you what we got here. Yeah, believe me, I can skip this part. There's no problem for me.
Got a couple say, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
go.
okay. So let's say you post on Facebook and you want to go, okay. One of the things we do is we help network marketers who are part-time. So one of the posts I did is it really possible to build a network marketing business in 45 minutes per day? That was what I put. And everybody said, so yeah, I want to know, is that really possible? And if so, how would we do that? And then I had another post that said, would you be willing to pay $1 a day to learn how to do that? And we sold 100 of those spots with $30 a month within 24 hours. Why? Nobody knew what we had. It was just a question. And you could say, is it really possible to sleep and wake up before the alarm without taking drugs and without having slept 3 days before? Right? This is one of the examples of kinds of things that you can do. Because the only people that will respond are those who hear your call, that have the problem and are looking to solve it. See that? Here's another one. Is duplication killing your business growth? Who would want to know? Who would want to say, well, yeah, I want to know, is it or not? What does that mean? Stuck network marketers, which is part of the group of people that we help. See? How about this? Somebody says, so Terrence, what do you do? Or, Sue, what do you do? And you kind of go, rah, rah. Or Nancy, what do you do? How about this? Our business helps people looking to whatever, get in shape, get off the daily pain meds, not have to ever sleep past the alarm anymore without drugs. Notice not I, or I joined, or the name of the company is just, so what do you do? Oh, I have a business and it helps people looking to get into shape, or it helps people. Okay, here's another one. I have a business and it helps people who are looking to get off the daily pain meds. Do you have any idea how many people, right, want to get off daily pain meds because they know it's killing their organs and their brains? So this is why. So my business helps people looking to get back into shape. So this is the structure. My business helps people who are what are they looking to do? And you can't be really this is get back into shape. And then of course, there's a little bit more, like without having to go to the gym 7 days a week, without having to eat rabbit food, to have a 6-week program. This one is from Alex Hormozi, who's gone from nothing to $100 million business in 20 years. That's a lot of stuff. Does that make sense? Tell me yes. Makes sense. Nancy, we got it? What if they say yes? That used to be the biggest scare in our business. What if they say yes and say, oh, he said yes, now what? So we have a diagnostic process, questions that you ask that I'm going to show you here so that you can see whether or not they're ready to buy right now or ready to buy next month, or at what level, if they want to come in with a big package or they want to come in just a little starter package. You have a little diagnostic process, okay? And you can borrow ours. That's why Vic enrolls 8 out of 10 people she talks to. Why? The people that come to her have heard the call, and they are of that mind where they say, I want to be part of that. Everybody has been, so to speak, pre-qualified, and they've self-selected. You see? Like I bought a program yesterday, a software program, because it's going to do a lot of the prompting for when you come to the event. Be sure to check out this part and that part, because I like to write the messages, and I love to sell stuff and talk to people who are my clients and love to help them. But I don't like any of the techie stuff. So, I am testing a program that's going to do the parts that I don't want to do. So you can decide in your business who you want to serve. In a business, you will serve people. Why? Because they give you money and they expect something back. So you're going to give your product, but you might also want to give something extra. Let's say that you sell metals type programs like Evelyn does, or you sell an alternative to meds for aches and pains. Well, if you sell a metal type program, you might want to have a newsletter that gives them updates on the current prices of gold and silver and all the other kinds of metals that come, in addition to the specific metals program that you have. If you are in the business of helping people with aches and pains, you might give them a list of, here are 5 recipes for foods to eat that are kind of non-inflammatory, right? To help people get off foods that make pain worse. You see what I mean? So you can be seen as an advisor. And this process, makes you more of an advisor, and you're calling people who are already so inclined. Yeah. And that's why Vic enrolls 8 out of 10 people for everything we've done for how many years, Vic? 20?
20. I used to enroll 1 out of 50, and now I do 8 out of 10. because they're pre-qualified.
Yeah. I will show you how to do that. You want to learn how to do that? But remember, before I show you, I want to show you now, this is the principle you have to buy into. And if you want to earn 2,000 to 4,000 a month, you would have to commit to yourself to put in at least 10 hours a week, and not of going to training, but of practicing on the court, on the tennis court with somebody else, which is talking to people. So you learn how to talk to the ones who have been waiting for your call. You agree to that? Who agrees to that? Everybody agree? All right. So let me show you what we have to offer you. Who here would like some help with that? You know, I think Les, you're in our, you just snuck in here the other night, but who would like some help with learning how to do this in the beginning of 2024? We're going to have this running from January and February. Let me see. Okay, let me show you what we're going to have here. Because that's the business that we're in, of course, and of course, always building something to be sure that we've got the latest, greatest. Okay, this is totally new. And when I say totally new, I think my first program came out in 1996. It was called So You Want to Be a Networker. I think it was 1996. So that's like, yeah, 30 years, 28 years. And it's called the Buyer Factory. That's literally what it is. And here's what we're going to teach you how to do. You will learn how to pick your buyers out of a crowd based on what I just taught you here. Okay, so good. Yeah, Vicky's going to save you a spot. I know she is. Because we only have a few spots. Okay. Then you're going to learn how to attract them to you versus all the others out there. Because remember, when you're thinking about weight or aches and pains or thinning hair or bad skin or you're fat and you want to get skinny, there are hundreds of options out there. So you have to position yourself in such a way that people who are inclined to the way that you do it will come to you. And because there are billions of people, you will never run out of people. Does that make sense to everybody? Say yes. Yes. Let me see yes. Yes, yes. Okay. How to make them want to give you their credit card, the ones that are right for you. Remember, we're very focused on finding the people we enjoy working with. They are not the whinies. They are not, people who can't learn anything and won't do anything. And if you hand over 20 grand or 25 grand, which I surely have done for trainings, the handing over of the money doesn't mean jack, except that you're out 25 grand. I know I was, but I thought I'm going to take this 25 and turn it into 250,000 over the next year, which I did. I learned and did and learned and did and learned and did. You learn by doing, not by watching trainings and paying money. Tennis players get better because they practice with somebody else all the time. So when you find those right ones, once you know who they are, you can call their name. And the other people will be going, I heard the call. I heard the call. I heard the call. This is it. That's how it works. Just like with Richard Branson. Okay. So you want the right people to want to give you their card because that's who you're going to serve. We don't want pukies and whinies. I'll tell you that. Money's not worth it. I'm sure you've all learned that. How to help them enroll so that they can be on the path to making the change they wanted with your product and your business. We're going to do that with you, and we want to show you how to do that with your business. You see how that works? Yeah. Then how to get them a system so they can help. You can help them attract their people. So your business grows. Because in network marketing, growth comes from your customers that you get. You want to get certainly 50 to 100 of your own customers. And then you can expect to get maybe 4, 5, 6 people that are also going to be bringing in new buyers. That's what you want. You want to give them a plan, those who want to do that. Okay. So how much is it? Of course, you want to know this. So it's not one of these $100,000 programs like my friend Eileen or 50,000. It's not 25,000 either, which is very common these days for coaching programs. And it's not like our 6-figure advisor where we have that available, but we're not offering that today. It's not 15,000. And the program that we have, the Buyer Factory, is $19.97 for the general public, which is when it comes out through the run that we're doing right now. And what we're doing today for the Buyer Factory is we have a special for founders at $9.97. That's what it is. And the founders will have two unusual things. One is the special price, which is right now the $9.97. And the other is we're going to have an ambassador program. And the only people who get to be ambassadors or affiliates, if you will, for this program are the ones who are in it as founders. And so when somebody decides to go through the program and offer it to someone else when it's ready, the program will be running for $19.97, either $14.97 or $19.97. And whoever refers will make between $500 and $900 per sale of the program. Do y'all see that? Who wants to be a founder and wants to be an ambassador for the Buyer Factory? Let me see who says yes. Yeah, Leslie, yeah, you just squeezed in the other night. That's so good. Okay. Go ahead and put it in the chat so we know how to save a spot for you, because we only have a few spots left over for this. Okay. The founders also get personal feedback on their copy and all of that, the words that you write during the regular group calls with me the first 60 days. Okay. So we have the program set up right now, and the founder memberships are ending the end of this year, December 31. That's it. And that'll be over and out. And the program, right now we have a bunch of people in already. We have most of the spots filled already, actually. But I think we have space for either 3 or 4 more. I don't know for sure. But we might have 3 for sure. And that'll be the end of this program. Then to be transparent with you all, I have been teaching for many years in the field of marketing. And to me, people say network marketing is not legitimate because, the people in it don't know how to market. And that is true. You do not know how to market because nobody taught you. But I do know how to market. And if you market, which means calling the names of people and do it in a little group, 1 or 2 will be the perfect ones. And we don't ever hear no. Why? Why would I hear no? If you're happy the way you are, bless your heart. Just be happy, because happy people don't make trouble. They sure don't go around killing people or spitting on people or doing all these disgusting things. They don't do that. So we want you to be happy no matter what you're doing. But if you love your product and you think you could make some money with this, if you could just damn find the people who would want the same relief that you have gotten, the same fix. Sue, why don't you, Vicki, put the link in so Sue can get herself in. Yeah, because Sue, we want Sue for sure. Nancy, yeah, totally. What is it that you market? So this is what we're doing. We're looking for those people that we want to work with, and they want to work with us. Okay, that's why. Because business, depending on your experiences, is in a way service. You're serving someone, whether you rake the leaves or whether you teach them how to market. And if you will learn, if you love what you've got and you want to learn how to market, I can teach that to you. Probably better than almost anybody in this field, because I've been in this industry for all these years. And people tell me all the time, you went to Harvard, you went to MIT, although Harvard's not anything great to crow about today, but one time Harvard was quite good. Why would you get in network marketing? And you know why? It's the people that know they've got something, they want to help somebody, and they think they can make money, but they've just been taught, call everybody, talk to everybody, talk to 3 people, do 3 ways, and have no clue that business exists to solve a problem. And if you solve it for yourself, you're 90% of the way home. Why? Because you did it for you. That gives you some expertise. Who are the math tutors? The kids who aced all the math exams. They don't even have a credential. You don't need a degree. Right? If I score 800 on the SAT or whatever one of these things is, if I could teach your kid how to pass the SAT, are you going to ask me, do you have a credential in the SAT? No, my credential is I did it. I got a perfect friggin' score. I didn't. Oh, that would be horrible. But there are people who do that. And I'm not one of them, but I score really high in certain areas and totally bomb in others. And on the admissions committee at Harvard years ago, when they actually looked for excellence, they would always say they would rather have a kid who comes who gets A pluses in like 9 things and a D in 1. Why? Because it shows you could decide, I don't care about that. You can prioritize. That makes an incredible difference in how successful you'll be. Okay. All right. So that's what we have. Let me see if we have the links in there.
Yeah, I put him
I'll
in
show
there,
you.
Pam.
Yeah, because I don't know
Sue,
if we have.
Sue, if you go click it open and tell Kim and I if it opened for you.
Yeah, would you do that? And then the other gal, if you would do that as well.
Nancy,
I said, I
please
think
do.
we only have 2 left anyway, so that's what we're doing right now. Yeah, does it open? Good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Nance, what is it that what do you market for people? This is great to have you if you want to build it big. And by the way, would you commit if you want 2 to 4,000 more per month on a regular basis? Would you commit to 10 hours a week to doing it? To doing the kinds of things that we're going to show you to do so would you do that? Would you agree? And the same with you, Miss Susie Q, we love you. But I want you to, it didn't open for me. Yes, yes. Vic, give the link again.
I put it
Let
in.
me look again.
Sue, and are you on your computer or on your phone?
Yeah, then we get one of the last spots here.
Nancy, it opened for her.
Oh, good. Nance, you get your in. Yeah. Where are you, Nance? Yeah, this is US. Yeah. Sue, are you on your phone or on your computer? Yeah, it's always better, to be on your. Okay, so while you guys are filling in your form and getting the last spots here, do I have any other questions? Canada. Oh, good. Yes. Well, the dollar's getting weaker, thank God. They keep printing money over here, so that makes the exchange rate a little bit better. Any other questions from anybody that's here, that's listening to this? So this is what we're going to do on the founders. Is it the same as A plus, Yoshi? What is A plus? Is this the same as you mean like the SFA, the 6-figure advisor? You mean that one? Yoshi, I think you're building with us, and I think, it would be a really good thing for you. You sent an email last week. Ask Vicky, Yoshi. He's yeah. Oh no, this is not the same as the A plus program. This is quite a bit bigger than the A plus program. Yeah. I got you. I got your letter. And yeah, the A plus program is, we're going to have everyone do that exercise that's in here. People don't know this. It's an absolute total life changer. But for the A plus program, it was specifically for people that are in the one business with us. And we're going to have you do certain things 3 times a week. So they're not as broad and deep as these things are that we're doing here. Actually, this would be, if you can swing it, Yoshi, this would be a perfect thing for you to do. A perfect thing for you to do. In fact, let me send you a little private message. You're in Ottawa. Good. Yoshi. Okay.
And Sue, I sent the link to your Facebook Messenger. as well. So you could just go click over there. If you're on your phone, go there afterwards.
Okay, watch this message, Yoshi. Yes, and I will also offer this to the other A+ members, the same thing that I'm talking to you. Yeah, for those of you that are listening, if you're wondering what's all the secret hoo-ha, Yoshi is in a business with us where we are helping people get off daily pain meds. And so good. Let's see here. Are you on your phone, lady? Here, you know what I'll do is let me get you. Are you on your phone or on your computer, Sue? And Yoshi, check your message. Yeah, because Vicky's link does open for me.
Mhm.
But Sue, I can't tell you, you haven't said if you're on your phone. If you're on your phone or if you're, in the meantime, any other questions, we'll get you. Okay, well, go to your computer, Sue, go to your computer here, and I will give you a different link. You hang on one second. Hang on one second. I'll message it to you. In the meantime, you know, do you guys, does anybody here have any questions about what we're going to be doing in the course? The minute you get in, those of you that are signed, the last of you that are getting in actually, that are signing up right now here. So watch your message. I'm going to send it to you right here. And we know. There we go. So good. Hey. Okay. See if that shows. Look in your Facebook message, Sue. You see it? In the Sue Ellen Good there? Make sure that you have it. Okay. All right. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? We could take you off mute and you're welcome to ask. I'm looking to see. You're an Audible? Okay, good. And Yoshi, you want to answer me the question that I sent you? Yeah, so we do have a couple of you in that A+ program, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now. That's what we're going to offer you guys. Okay, so check your Facebook. You're right there. Sometimes it's just the internet.
And I can get with her, Kim, right after we hang up.
Yeah. Okay. Nancy, did you get yours to everything to work over there? And if you have any other questions, let me know. Sue, I sent you a message and doesn't show that you got it yet. So hop on your Facebook and on your computer if you can. And then you'll have it right there. Any other questions? Or issues or what have you? Yeah, you want to ask yourself, what is it going to matter? Is it okay to stay the way you are? Yep, we got it. Do you have a way to connect with Vic, Nancy? Yeah, the question always is when you're thinking about, talking to a spouse or what have you, is to be straight with the spouse and say, look, I have a chance to do this. You're going to be one of the last 2 people to get in. Because we only have 20 people in here. That's all we're allowing. There isn't any more. And yeah, put your text in there. And that you tell why you want to do this. Let him know that I want to do this because I think it's going to be a way to build a business that will give me an income, doing the kinds of things that I believe in doing. And you know, this is a business proposition that you're doing. It's not buying a video game where you're basically buying stuff that's going to go down in value and consume your time and yes, give you entertainment, but you're not building anything for the future. And if he, you know, sees that you want to build a business that produces an income where you're paying a one-time $997, but the income could be 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 a month, you know, even if it's just 6 or 7 months out of 2024, that's a 10 times what you're getting. Tell him that's why you want to do this. It's like going to Harvard and you pay, you know, what, 7, 8,000 per semester in order to get a credential, which will give you the capability to earn more income. So that's if I think if he understands that the reason is not to sit in class and do your nails, but to figure out how to find the people that you think you were called to help with the product and the business that you have. Does that make sense, Nancy? I mean, you know, sometimes people say, is this guaranteed? No. Why? I could be a champion Wimbledon tennis coach and you could come to me for lessons. Can I guarantee you're going to win the gold? Can I? Yes or no? Because who wins the gold? You do. But if I know that you've got talent and you will do 10 hours a week and you'll get on the court and play, I will be with you every day. Why? Because everybody wants to work with people like that who do the thing and get better. Because the thrill is as thrilling for me as it is for you. You see, helping people get something where they benefit from helping other people, what could be better than that? So let him know that that's why you're doing it, you know. And then show him that you're going to commit, get a space in your house, set aside your 10 hours a week. You're going to do the thing and demonstrate that the money will not be just thrown down the drain. You're going to make this money multiply. It's called money multiplier. And we will help you do it, believe me. So I present it to him that way and see if he is agreeable to having you invest something. That's why they call it investment, right? In building something bigger. And, you know, so a lot of people borrow money, you put it on a credit card. But, you know, think about Elon Musk. He bought Twitter last year for $44 billion. And he didn't have any of the money. He had to borrow almost all of it. Almost all of it. Why? Because he didn't have it. And he hasn't made the money back yet. But does anybody here thinks that he doubts or that we doubt that he isn't going to make Twitter just blow out money? What the guy has planned for it, I mean, I read everything that they plan because I'm just crazy about what people who are that good are doing. But by the time they have the financial services and the, oh my gosh, he won't need advertisers. You see. Yeah, the coupon code Miss Good is founder, FOUNDER. And when you get there, it should be there. But put it in there. So at least you got that far. Good girl. Yeah. Okay, any other questions from anybody else? Any other issues? Yoshi, did you connect with Vic? Did you see the message that I sent you, Sir Yoshi? Yeah, I don't know if you connect with Vic. He's one of ours in the
Oh,
in
yes,
the
I
ET.
know. I know
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yep, I think you've got it. You sound like you've got it together. Okay, any other questions? Because we can call it a day. I was going to tell you about the Doom Fly. Anybody know the story about the Doom Fly? You guys want to hear it? Yeah, you have it. Good. Want to hear it? This is a little book called U Squared. And this is a story from a little book by this guy, Kevin Pritchett. And he was this is an author. He helps a lot of people become successful entrepreneurs. And he's talking about the fly. And he was at his cabin and he was sitting at his little writing desk, you know, writing his thing and looking at the redwoods trees out there. And he saw these flies that were right there on the window, right in front of his desk. And there were like 3 or 4 of them buzzing around, buzzing around, buzzing around. And he said, you know, I'm listening to the desperate sounds of a life or death struggle going on a few feet away, right there in front of him. And then he said, you know, there's a door right to my left, and I'm sitting in front of the window, and they're going buzz in front of the, right, all the flies. Now we know in the morning where those flies are going to end up. Where do the flies end up? Who knows where they end up? What happens to the flies that stay there in the morning? Where do they end up? Right? Where do they end up? Who knows? Right? Yeah, they're dead. Absolutely dead. Totally dead. That's it. But the door is right, not 3, 4 feet away from the flies, you know, maybe 10 feet totally. Kate, you want to connect with Nance Vic? It should.
I've got you, Nancy. I've got your cell phone. I'll get a hold of you.
Oh,
Right
cool.
after.
Hey, hang on. Let me see if if it's going to go through. Yeah, you're fine. Sue, you're good. It did take it. Yeah. Yeah, because the code is $4,000 on the OnePay because the program is 1997. Sue, you're fine. You're done. You already are in. But you chose the payment plan. So Vic, I'm just letting you know, Sue chose the payment plan, which is why there's no code necessary. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we have a payment plan option so that in case somebody wants to do that, they can do the payment plan option, which you did. So you're good. Yeah, the payment plan includes the discount from when does it start? Well, the minute you sign up, like Sue just did, what will happen is you will get a message that says, here's your receipt and here's the members area. And you can start whenever you want between now and January 5. Inside the members area are 3 things for you. One is my new book called Duplication is a Myth, which I recommend you read first. It's a short little book. Then there's another little book in there called it's the Orange Book. If my product's so great, how come I can't sell it? That's right there with a lot of the scripting. That's just so you have something right now to get cooking. And then there's an audio program in there called 100 Customers, 100 Days. And those are audios that I think if you go through those materials before January 5, that'll be absolutely perfect. And you'll get a really good idea of how we're going to do this. And on January 5, and every few days after that, I'm recording a special session for the members, and they'll all be in the members area. I'll let everybody know. And then a couple of times a month, we will have live group calls with only our 20 members. That's all that's going to get in. And to answer the questions that you have on preparing what you're going to be doing. And what are we going to be doing? We're going to figure out who it is that you want to serve. Whose lives do you want to make better with the product or whatever it is that you've got? Secondly, what is the problem that they have that you can help with based on what you've done for yourself? What's the unique angle that you're going to have? Like, for example, we help people with, I'll tell you right here in this class, we help network marketers who want to make money with their business because they love their product, they know it can help people, but they don't know how to do it. And the way we help them is we show them how to build a business the way with the Branson method, which is the purpose of business exists to solve a problem people will pay for. So what is the problem that we can solve that people will pay for? That is our unique method versus running ads, buying leads, talking to all the people that you want, doing 3-ways. You see? You got that? That's really what we're doing. And then how can you show those people that you're dedicated to this? You're just not some fly-by-night flunky. How do you show that you are dedicated to serving this market? You know, I'll tell you, one of the programs I'm going to put in there right now, just for you, just to have before we start. So that you're going to have that. And then how to approach people, your warm market, and how to approach people on social media, and how to build a social media group of people who discuss the problem that you are helping people solve. So you got in, lady. So you can start on the things that we have right now. And then what we'll do is I will create classes. Each one is brand new and shiny, and let you know when it's there so you can watch it whenever you want. And then we'll have our live calls where we help you through the process. What is it that you market, Nancy? What do you help people with?
Looks like.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Anti-aging. And what's the, oh, perfect. What's it? That's a marvelous market. What's the thing that has happened for you so far that you can see? Is it in the anti-aging? Because you know, anti-aging could be all kinds of things. Well, we'll figure when you pop into the class, we'll show you how you can take the thing that has happened for you. That's the most important thing of all. So you can call it out. Attention, people who yada, 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 don't want to look as old as they are. Or even worse, attention, if you don't want to look older than you are. Or even worse, if you don't want to look 20 years older than you actually are, read this. How about that, Nancy? Wouldn't that be a fun headline? Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff. All right. Okay, I think we have 2 spots left. So if there's anybody else who is considering this, connect with Vic, because we're good to go, I think. With the fly story, the question is, if you're a fly that's on the glass trying to talk to more people, do your 3 ways, you know, do all these things that haven't been working so far, you might die doing it. Why? Because you'll quit. And once you quit, that's the end. And that's what happens to the fly. And you might say, well, the fly kind of is a fly, right? I mean, that's what flies do. They're kind of dumb. But ask yourself, how many people want to continue talking to people, hoping that everyone is going to say yes, that everyone wants this, but they don't. They're just hoping that people are going to say yes to you, or asking your friends for favors. How are you going to make enough customers every month to do that if that's your methodology, right? Yeah, and if you love it, and if you know you can help people, and you just want to show how to bring those people to you, this is the ideal program for you. And plus, it's not our $15,000 program. So that makes a big difference. And if you love what you've got and you know it works, we can help you. We'd love to help you. So let us help you. And I think we're set to go. Yeah, the offer is good to go. Okay, so have you connected, the 2 of you, Nancy and Vic?
So Nancy, as soon as we hang up, I'll ring you. I got your phone.
Okay, cool. All right, you guys, I think we're good to go. Thanks for coming. And if we still have a spot or 2 left tonight, after tonight, we'll have our call tomorrow. If not, we won't have our call tomorrow. So we'll do it either way. We're good to go. Because we're looking for people who are waiting for our call. And just like you, sometimes we have to put the bait out a lot of times because people are doing all these different things. And we'll just put it out until we don't put it out. Because we know you're there looking for us, so we want to be there. I'll tell you one story you might not know. Russell Brunson, some years ago, when he first got married, you know, he's founded ClickFunnels, and he's a big supporter of my work. He wrote, you know, these wonderful things about, I'm in all his books because I helped him overcome a problem in network marketing he had when he was in network marketing. And he said when they first got married, they wanted to have kids too, you know, like everybody else of his friends in the school in Idaho. And he said they couldn't get pregnant. He said, we couldn't get pregnant. We couldn't get pregnant. We couldn't get pregnant. And it's like, okay, so what happened? And he said, well, every month our friends would say, oh, you know, Russell, you and your wife, you come together and we're going to have a baby party. And they would be really happy, he said, for them, but we'd cry for us because we still couldn't get pregnant. It was like a whole year. And every month they go to their friends' baby showers and announcements of babies, but they couldn't get pregnant. So, so he says one day his wife is sitting at home and she was watching some program, I think on TV, maybe. I think they still had TV. And the lady got on and she says, I am someone who helps women who are having trouble getting pregnant. It was an ad. And she said, and so we're seeing people. This is a special thing, and we've been doing this, and we've never advertised before, but we decided we were going to advertise, and we advertised. And so here we are. We help people who have trouble getting pregnant. So she calls Russell and says, Russell, you're not going to believe this. There's a lady, and she's very famous. And not only that, she is in Boise, Idaho, and she helps people get pregnant. And I want to go check her out. Well, so they go see this lady. They do whatever she says. And sure enough, in a month or 2 or 3, however long that takes before you know, she's pregnant. And Russell tells that story to let us know how grateful we all are to people who advertise and let them know about what they do, because they've been suffering for almost a year and a half, couldn't get pregnant, the only ones of their college class that got married that can't get pregnant. And he said, because of this lady, we not first, they had twin boys. So these are why we keep reaching out, because we're looking for the one who's looking for us. And then we're happy and they're happy. Okay. All right. Okay, you guys, thank you for coming. And Vic,
Yep.
thank you very much for coming. And Nance and Sue Good, welcome to the club. And we'll talk to you soon. And the rest of you guys, connect with Vic if you want. If you have anything else that you'd like to hear or say or do, these are Iris and Miss Chambert. Go ahead and check out and see if we can help you. If not this, maybe something else. If you love what you got and you want to make a difference, and you also want to have income of your own, you want your own thing, don't be afraid to hesitate. I mean, don't hesitate, because we'll tell you what might be right for you. Okay.
Thanks, Kim. Always
All right.
fun. Always.
Always fun. Yep. Okay. Talk soon, lady.